Welcome to Fairy Tale Access, where the head fairy's quest is to prove that fairy tales do exist in actual time, rather than once upon a time. Together, we will unravel the heroes, young and old, who turn dreams into reality. These are the people who still believe in happily ever after. The discoveries will bend even our most cynical non-believers into believing in fairy tales. Hi, welcome to Fairy Tale Access. Today I have some great fifth graders with some really cool information about Legos, Star Wars, and chess. And they are Kyle and Brandon. Thanks for being here, guys. So what are you going to talk to us about today, Kyle? You're going to explain chess?
I'm going to explain chess and how all the pieces move.
Okay. So starting out, how are you so interested in chess? Do you belong to a chess club?
I do go to a chess club, and I also think it involves math and like how pieces can move.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like math, so that would probably increase my bond with chess.
Oh, so if you're good at math, then chess is an easier game to play?
Well, that matters just to some people.
Okay. And how many people are in your club?
The chess club's for my whole school, and there's around 80 kids.
80 kids? Wow. Can you believe that, Brandon?
Not really. Too many kids.
That's a lot of kids. All right. And you've been a winner of?
I have been a winner in chess several times.
Mm-hmm. So you can explain it to us?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. All right, to start with, who are all these guys on the board?
Well, this is a pawn which can move forward once, unless if they're right at the beginning when they can move twice up.
Okay. So only at the beginning we can move twice up with our pawn?
Yep. So if you're like right here, you can't move twice up.
Okay. So Brandon, move one of your pawns. Okay. Who else do we have on the board?
You have the rooks, which can move backwards any way, like as much as they want, until they could hit a piece or get blocked with your own.
Can they go backwards around, or do they have to move forward?
They have to move forward, and if it's like, pretend this pawn wasn't here and the rook was right there, it could move backwards to up to there.
Okay. What if you're somewhere along the way in the game and your rook ends up somewhere up here?
If it was your turn, I would think of moving backwards, because then your rook's not in danger by the pawns and the knight.
These little guys would endanger my rook there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who's next on the board? Is it this guy?
There's the knights. They can move 2 forward, or 1 forward and then 1 to the side, or 2 to the side.
Getting all this? Okay. And then the bishop?
The bishop can move diagonally any way that they want. It's like they can move to the upper right, upper left, lower left, and lower right.
Is there a maximum number of spaces that a bishop can move?
Well, it's 1 to 7.
Okay.
Because if a bishop was right here, and this one, the pawn and the rook were in the way, and that rook and that pawn was in the way, it would only be able to move 7 spaces because the bishop's taking up one of them.
Oh, okay. But it can't get there, can it?
Well, only this bishop can, because that space is on a black.
Oh, so it can
Space.
move forwards and backwards to get into those positions.
It would take 2 turns to get to that, that space.
Okay. And then what about the knight? Or is it a king? Do we have a
The-
king?
Yep.
Okay.
The king can move 1 space in any direction it wants, which I think that is reasonable because you want your king out of danger. And it's bad if it's like the king's in danger by 2 spaces from a queen. And there's one special way with queens and rooks that you can win a game.
Oh, really? What's that?
It's when there's like a queen in this row and the king's in this row, so it only can move in that row because if it moved up, the queen would make the king in check.
Your
And
own queen would put the king in check?
no, the other queen.
Okay.
And you can do the same thing with a rook, because they can move sideways.
Okay.
And the way that'll become checkmate is if it's your turn and then you move a rook down to this, to one of these sides, and then the king cannot move anywhere because it's in check, and if it moves up 1 row, it would still be in check. So it's checkmate.
And checkmate ends the game?
Yep.
What was the other one? What does it mean when a player castles?
It's when these 2 pieces are out of the way and the king moves twice over and the rook moves over to the side.
And what does that do for your team?
It helps protection of the king, but it only helps if this pawn is right there.
Okay. So let's try a couple moves, Brandon, and see if we got it.
That's a lot of information.
All right. Well, he'll help us out. All right. So I went, you went, I went. Your turn.
No, it's your turn, isn't it?
It's your turn because you
because I'm
moved
first?
once.
Because I moved once.
Yep, and Brandon moved once, so it's back to your turn.
Okay. So can I move? I can't move the bishop because someone's in my way.
Yep.
Can I move the knight?
Yep.
And I can move him up and over?
Yep. The knight can move there or there.
Which would be better? What do I want to block him
Well, the way that I like to do, I like to keep the knights on the sides.
on the sides? Okay. Okay, so you go ahead.
I still don't know what to move. I'd have to say maybe the knight. But he can jump, right?
Right.
And then he can move 1 space, I think.
Yep, 1 space either way.
Okay.
But there also is one way to get control of the board. It's to get your pieces into these middle 4 spaces.
Oh, that's how you get control?
Yep, that's the easiest way how to get control of the board.
Okay, can a knight jump the pawn to go forward?
The knight can jump a pawn, but not in this way. It's like it can't go that way or that way. It only can go that way or that way.
Okay. What about a king? Can it jump?
It can't jump pieces.
It can't jump pieces.
The
But it
only
could
way,
move here?
Yep.
Okay. So like that. You have to help us both up. Okay. And then I can move the pawn up too, right?
Yep. That's actually a good move because Brandon's bishop can't move there, or you take the bishop, but then the rook would take your bishop. But it's kind of like a take the bishop away thing.
How would I get the bishop up there, though?
It's like if Brandon accidentally moved right there, you could go diagonally and take that, but then Brandon's rook would take your bishop.
Okay.
Whose turn is it?
Your turn.
The pawn cannot move diagonally unless if it...
He's in the middle.
Okay. Your turn. And the pawn can move diagonally or no?
Only if it can take a piece.
Only if it can take a piece. So if I move here, would he be able to take me?
Mm-hmm. And then you could take him, but then Brandon's pawn would take you.
Okay, so that was actually a bad move. Okay, so to block his knight, I have to move this way.
Well,
because
that would do nothing really, because the knight could go like that and take the pawn.
Okay, and if I move my queen up here, will she block that?
No. Unless if Brandon wants his knight to be taken, because then Brandon's knight would take the pawn, and then your queen would take the knight, which I wouldn't really take the pawn, because those I usually save, like if I'm winning, and my opponent has only like a few pawns and their king left, I save my pieces, save some pieces, like if I had my queen and a rook and my king, I would save the pawns for the end, so my opponent can't get a pawn promotion, which is when if their pawn reaches the other side of the board, they get an extra queen.
Okay, so what if I took my rook and can I take this guy?
Well, the rook would have to jump that, and the rooks can't jump other pieces.
Okay, but a bishop can jump over, or no?
A knight.
The knight can jump, but he goes left. So the knight basically makes an L on every move?
Yep.
Frontwards or backwards? And it's my turn or your turn?
My turn.
Oh, good. I didn't move though, did I?
I think you didn't.
Okay.
Didn't you move that one there? Like this one there, didn't you?
Oh, no, I was asking him.
Oh.
Okay.
So what's your turn?
So, can I move the knight here?
That is the king.
Oh, this is the king? Sorry. Okay, so I'll move this guy here. So it's kind of like checkers, and then it ends right with the pawns. Oh, no, checkers is diagonal.
I see one good move that you could do, which would make Brandon's knight, in danger.
Oh, okay. What would
And
that be?
it's to move your bishop in one area.
Diagonally to here? Or...
Remember,
Oh.
it's the...
But wouldn't his pawn take me?
No, because the pawns can't take you, because the pawns only can take pieces diagonally. And that pawn couldn't move up, and that pawn can't take you, because if it moved diagonally, it'd land right there.
Can't this one jump?
That one can't jump.
Okay.
Which now, Brandon, your knight is in danger, but if you move your knight, it would be check, so you can't move your knight.
Moving him backwards.
And now you could take Brandon's knight to get Brandon in check.
And then I put him in check.
Yep.
Sorry, Brandon.
And Brandon, you can move your king right there. Or you could move your bishop or queen up, which I wouldn't advise.
So is he out of check now?
Yep. Because the king's not in danger.
So it's the king that we want to get into checkmate, not the queen?
It's the king.
The king. What does the queen do?
The queen can move basically any direction, which I think is the opposite of the king, because the queen can move 1 to 7 spaces, which is as much as you can move.
Okay. And I love this game because it has how many you can do and the directions you can go. So is this what a beginner would use?
Yeah.
How long did it take you using this board to achieve your status in your club now?
Well, once I started, I just didn't know how all the pieces moved, and my dad did.
Mm-hmm.
And we had the chess tutor game, and I played like 7 games, and then I got the hang of it.
Wow. How old were you when you started playing?
Probably when I was in 3rd or 4th grade.
Wow. How long is the longest game you've ever played? How long does it take from beginning to end?
Well, if you are a very good player and you're playing someone that's not very good at all, those would probably take around 10 to 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. What if it's 2 equal players that are outstandingly good? Do you know what the longest chess game ever played was?
Well, I don't know the longest time, but the average chess game, if the 2 players are basically at the same average, is gonna take like an hour and a half maybe.
Wow. I looked it up on the internet. There was one game played in Siberia between 2 gentlemen whose names I can't pronounce, and they played for over 20 hours for one game. I can't even imagine. It's going to take me 20 hours to figure out the whole board. All right. What else can you tell us about this game? Does it take patience?
Yeah, because if you don't have patience and you just move one piece recklessly, it's like, then it's most likely that that piece is going to be taken.
Okay. So let's continue to play this game, Brandon, periodically.
Can I take her bishop off if I can move forward 1 and then go diagonal?
No. Queens can't do that.
Is it my turn because he moved his king?
Yeah.
Okay. So now he always has to make an L. He can't just go straight, right?
The knight can't just go straight. And your knight could move right there, but that would be
If I go here, can I put him in checkmate again? Or check?
No, because the pawn can't move up twice if it's at that area.
Oh. Ooh, but the rook. Can the rook jump?
No.
But the knight can jump.
Yep.
Here?
Nope, it would be there, there, or there.
Or here?
Yep.
And I want to protect my king, so this would be better?
Well, it doesn't really protect it unless if your king was in check by this area or that area, because the knight could guard those 2 areas.
So when you play the game with your dad or somebody else, do you guys have conversations about other things?
Yeah.
We do?
Yep.
Okay, so if we started talking about Legos and stuff like that, we could still play the game and then you could interject and tell us what we're doing wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that means we have to choose two things at once, Brandon. Are you up for the challenge?
Yes.
Okay. So I understand that you guys are two of the biggest Lego fans. Is that correct?
Yep.
And your favorite all-time series of Legos is?
Like a Star Wars.
Lego Star Wars and how about Lego Ninjago? It's the second favorite of mine.
Mine is Lego Indiana Jones.
That one's good. What's your second favorite?
Lego Ninjago.
Okay.
It's like ninjas, kind of.
Wow. What's the biggest Lego set that you guys have worked on?
Mine was probably a Hoth snow base, which was like 2,000 pieces.
What about the AT-AT you have? The one with the 4 legs or something like that?
I don't have that one.
Oh, I thought you had that.
That was
The AT-ST.
That was the one with 2 legs.
Oh, the AT-ST.
Wow. So what did you work on?
The Death Star.
The Death Star. How many pieces is that?
3,802.
Oh, that's all? So how long did it take you?
25 hours.
You counted the hours?
Yeah.
Wow.
First day was 8, second one was 9, the third one was 8.
You worked on it for 8 hours straight? And you didn't get bored?
Nope.
You know, they used to label the bags and put them all in the bag. So, like, here's your first bag to work on the series of instructions that come
I
with
still
it.
have that.
They don't do that anymore. They're all mixed up. Is that to make it harder? Is that more of a challenge for you guys? Or
Well-
am I missing something?
The Lego sets that I get, they still have them in the bags. It's like there's a first section, a second section, and they have those in labeled bags.
But you still have to look for a bunch of pieces.
Yeah. In the Death Star, you had to open one box, and there's 4 boxes in there, and the first one box that you open has like 7 bags in it.
Yeah, and they're all like one color, right?
No, they're all like, they all have labels like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
Yeah, they have like the same number randomly put on the bag.
And it tells you on the instructions.
Wow. What was the hardest part of Legos for you guys?
I'd have to say using the strings or connects when they have to combine them. And gears, it's hard.
Same here.
Really,
The
the gears
strings.
and the strings?
Yeah.
Wow. 25 hours? Did anybody help you?
Well, I needed help finding some of the pieces.
So who helped you find the pieces? Your parents?
Yes.
You do?
Well,
Do they have that glazed over, oh, not another Lego set, look,
Most of the time.
most of the time? You wonder why? Because their only job that you allow them is finding the pieces, right? You don't allow them to put it together, actually.
Yeah, my grandma just hands me the piece.
Yeah.
my dad used to help me build Lego sets, but now I do them by myself.
Really? Do you find all the pieces yourself, too? So what's the best way to do it? You know, when you get the instructions and they have a picture in the corner of all the little pieces, so is it better to, like, just line them all up and then start building it?
Separate the colors, and then first you always put the guys together first, and their guns and lightsabers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so who are the main characters in Star Wars?
Well, it matters on the set.
Like Luke Skywalker,
Yeah.
Princess Leia, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Darth Vader, the Emperor.
Ooh, what about those cute little people, the little fuzzy ones that look like koala bears?
Ewoks.
Yeah.
Ewoks. They're so cute.
Chewbacca's an Ewok, I think. He's a Wookiee,
The
actually.
He's a
advanced
Wookiee.
Ewoks.
I have 2 Ewoks, a rare one from 2002 and the new one.
Wow.
I trade one with you. I trade one with you.
Oh yeah, the newer one.
So you guys trade, too,
Yeah.
to get all the characters? Now, after you've built these huge projects, I mean, 3,802 pieces, it's a lot of pieces. Do you take these apart again, or do you leave them together and it's like, finished, it's perfect?
Okay. So the little sets, like the ships, I always take apart and put them back together if I'm bored, but the big sets, those are really hard to put back together, so I don't take them apart anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have a one set, and I've been working on it for 2 years, because when they gave me it, I was missing like 5 pieces. Or I either lost them.
Yeah, when you call it Lego, though, they're really good about replacing the pieces pretty quickly. But you still sometimes have to wait, and you're like, oh, it's just missing a piece that goes right here. What other ones do you guys like? Which kits have you used?
I'd have to say one of my other favorite ones is the TIE Fighter. It has around 400 pieces, 452 pieces or something like that.
Wow. Does it have movable parts?
Yeah, the door.
The door?
And the missiles that come out the bottom.
I like the castle sets.
I have one of those. I have the big one.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it's like this big.
Wow. Which castle series is it?
It's from Lego. It's like one of the first sets that they started making.
Wow. I love how those come out, and you can use the drawbridge, or, you can use the catapults. And
Yeah, I have the gate.
Yeah, and the armies. I like all the movable pieces.
Yeah.
What do you guys like the best? What else do you do? Do you guys actually talk your way through scenes and play with them?
Sometimes, but sometimes we make up our own, like, battles.
Yeah.
Like, we had Mace Windu versus, like, I don't remember. We made them fight each other.
Wasn't the Emperor?
Yeah, Mace Windu turned bad or something.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Do you ever get involved in any of the Lego series where you go in the competitions? Are you guys in the Lego Builder Club?
No.
Nope.
But I sent out a form in December, and I was supposed to get free magazines, but I never got them.
Oh,
I filled them
sometimes
all
they take
out
a
and
little
mailed
while
them.
to start the first time.
Yeah. I think they finished making the Lego magazines.
Oh, really? Do you ever go online to see what they have on their... Isn't there Lego games online?
Yeah, the Star Wars ones. I went on one last week, and I think it's the new one with, like, Darth Malice or something, not Maul. It's like a new one from the new movies coming out in 2015.
Wow. Have you guys seen the movies?
Yeah, I've seen basically all of them except for the 2 ones that are coming out 2015. I really want to see them.
Really?
I haven't really seen all of them. I have seen the 4th and the 6th and part of the 3rd.
Wow. So why do you think this movie and all the Lego sets and other things that go along with it is so popular? And it has been for a long time.
Well, because if you're missing pieces to the set for a long time, you can finally just use your imagination and create things.
What about the movies? Why do you like the movies so much?
Well, I like them because right now I like the little battles, and that's what Star Wars is really all about. And the Republic is trying to get peace, and the Separatists are trying to rule the galaxy.
Yeah, like the Jedi and the Sith.
Mm-hmm.
The Sith and the Separatists, I think, are working together. And the Jedi and the Republicans, or whatever it is. I can't really remember all the names.
The bounty hunters are getting paid by the Sith to kill the Jedi.
Yeah, like Boba Fett and Jango Fett.
Yep.
Oh, wow. So when you read history in school, does it make you tune into your history classes more because you understand a little more of the battles because you see it in Star Wars, or do you not really like history?
Don't like history.
You don't like history?
Well,
Too
it
many dates.
matters.
It what?
It matters, like what?
Depends.
Yeah, it
So
depends
if you were reading about the Civil War...
I actually did a project on Ulysses S. Grant.
Oh, really?
Yep. And I did a project on the Civil War, and I'm related to Ulysses S. Grant.
You're related to USS Grant?
Yep.
That's very cool. What was your project?
Well, in 4th grade, I did a project that was like a project with timelines and how it's like the wars happened. It was the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, the like World War I and World War II, I think.
Wow. What else did you find out when you were studying that?
I found out a lot about the soldiers that fought in wars.
And what about your relative, Mr. Grant? What was he known for?
He was known for being a general in the Civil War.
Wow. How did you do?
I did good, and in 3rd grade, I did a project on Ulysses S. Grant.
So how did Grant do in the war? Was he on the winning side or the losing side?
Winning side.
The winning side? Do you know what they were fighting for?
They're fighting for freedom. And, like, they're fighting for the freedom of slaves.
Very good. What are your favorite subjects, Brandon?
A little bit of math. Science is fun.
Yeah. What was your most favorite science project so far?
My favorite one? I'd have to say the ones with the caterpillars that we're using, I think. It's either caterpillars or worms.
Ooh.
We have them in containers, and there's food in them. And I don't think they're really alive right now.
Ooh.
We haven't given them food in like 3 weeks.
I actually did that in 1st grade.
Oh, really?
I did that in 3rd grade, so I'm doing it again for the 2nd time.
What happens at the end of this project? Do they turn into butterflies? Is that the whole deal?
And we let them go.
And then you let them go. That's nice.
Yeah, in 3rd grade we had a butterfly, and someone was messing with them after school, and we found out when we came to school the next day. The cocoon was on the ground, and we thought it was dead. So we just kept it there for a few days later. We found the butterfly hatched, but it had a messed up wing. So our teacher could carry it outside, and it couldn't really fly a lot. So we waited for the next day, and it finally flew away.
Oh, wow. So they heal fast.
A little bit.
What else do you guys do at school? That's fun.
Well, I really like physical education.
What kind of things do you guys do in phys ed?
Right now we're doing badminton.
Badminton?
We just finished the hockey unit.
Mm-hmm.
We have done football, soccer.
Wow, so it sounds like a good basketball too.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great introduction to all the sports. What about you, Brandon? Do you guys go to the same school?
No.
No? So your school's a little different, but what do you do at your school?
Well, in gym we play basketball. This year we can sign up for hockey if we want. And our teachers after school sometimes let us play kickball.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So you're going to sign up for hockey?
Maybe. He says we have to get our homework done all the time though.
Oh, yeah.
Worst part, homework.
It's kind of a dangerous sport, though, and you have really nice teeth. Hockey players lose their teeth a lot, don't you notice?
Yeah, I'm missing 4 teeth right now.
Yeah, but that's the natural way, right? Not because a hockey puck got you. What about you? What's your favorite sport?
Probably soccer.
Soccer? Can we relate soccer to this chess game in any way?
Well, not really.
No. Is soccer as competitive as chess?
Well, I know that soccer is the favorite sport in basically every single country in the world except for the U.S.
Yeah. What's the most favorite sport here, do you think?
Well, I'm not sure if they have swimming as a sport, but I like swimming and baseball.
Oh, baseball. I think it would be a tie between baseball and football. What do you think?
Yeah.
I like baseball. I like football too, but it looks like it hurts.
Yeah, I really don't watch football. I'm really not into it.
No. When you guys play football in school, do you guys crash into each other? Doesn't it hurt?
We don't play football at our school.
No.
But if we play football, we have to use our 2 hands to tag them instead of tackle.
Yeah, 2-hand touch.
Two-hand touch. That's a lot safer.
Yep.
Probably less bruising.
Yeah.
All right, so it's my turn in this game. Let's see. I'm going to move the knight, or the king. I'll leave the king there. The rook. Would it help if I put the rook here?
Well, that would only protect the king if it was being threatened by the back of it.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to move. But all right, so these guys can only get guys diagonally, right?
Yep.
I have to move my rook.
Yeah, the rook was in danger.
Mine is?
No, Brandon's. Because before,
I
Brandon's
could
rook
have
was
got
right
him with
there.
the bishop.
Yep.
Can I take that turn back?
No.
No? Okay. Wow, you have to really look at everything that's going on this board all the time.
Yep.
No wonder when you see it on TV, do you always see these people, they're really concentrating. They're like really into it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what other movies are you guys watching besides Star Wars? Star Wars saga.
Indiana Jones sometimes.
I have the Indiana Jones series, but I just don't really watch it anymore.
Sometimes I watch. Can't remember the name of it. No, I just can't remember it.
Are you guys reading any good books?
Yes.
Which book's your favorite?
Diary of a Wimpy Kid series.
Oh, what's that about?
It's about this kid who's in school and he gets bullied a lot sometimes. And he has these crazy neighbors and a little brother and a big brother too.
Oh, really?
It's really funny. It's about him going to school and stuff too.
So how does he get around the bullying?
Well, sometimes he just runs and there's this one thing that his name's Greg. He had it on the last day of school and on the first day. It's called the cheese touch. There's an old moldy piece of cheese in the movie. Mm-hmm. And one kid a long time ago touched it and he started the cheese touch and Greg had it on the first day of school. And there's a new kid and he's like, hey, and he pats him on the back and he gives him it.
Ooh. So does he ever get even justice? What's the end result?
Well, in the second to last book that I just read, they're trying to get this, I think it's a bake sale or whatever it was, in the Drummies. And they found out the school was selling like 2 for like $5, and he found out at the store you can get 20 for $2. And so they wanted to start their own. And so they put up some signs on the back of the school, but it started raining and snowing. And when they took them off, there was marks all over the school. And some guy saw him and he's like, hey, what are you doing to the school? And they ran. The last one.
What about you?
I have almost read the whole series. I just finished the latest book that came out.
In this one or another?
In the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series.
In the which series?
Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Oh, really? Is that good?
Yep.
What's that one about?
Same one.
Same one?
Mm-hmm.
So,
There's tons of books about him.
wow. How many books are in the series?
Well, right now I have 8 books.
8?
And what about the own diary and the movie diary? There's 2 of
I
them.
actually have 9. I forgot about the Do-It-Your-Own.
Wow. And they're all in the same series?
Yep.
Same characters?
Mm-hmm.
Don't they ever grow out of bullying?
Sometimes.
But Greg doesn't really get bullied. It's kind of his brother that is the bully. And he has some weird kids in his school.
Like,
Freckly.
Yeah, Freckly. You want to see my secret spot? Secret freckle. He's weird.
Yep.
Sounds like it. So what else goes on in that book? Anything?
Well, in the third wheel, which is the latest book that came out, it is about how Greg was like before he was born, which I think is kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then it shows him in like preschool, and then he skips up to kindergarten, and then he goes back to preschool. And then it shows him like in real life, and then it's like he hears that there's a school dance, a Valentine's Day dance coming up, and everybody is trying to get dates to the dance, and it's very funny. And his friend Raleigh, he is in the student council, and there's a girl named Abigail which is going to the dance, like, but her boyfriend lied and said that he was busy.
Mm-hmm. What grade are these guys in?
They are in middle school.
Wow. Do you guys have dances in middle school?
Well, my sister has gone to a dance.
But you guys haven't been to a dance?
Well, I think it was this year we had a Halloween dance, though.
Really? How'd it go?
Good. I won 7 pencils.
You did? For
Yeah.
dancing?
I dressed up as a sumo
As a
wrestler.
what?
Sumo wrestler. It blew up and inflated.
Oh, really?
Me and my friend had the same one, so we tied.
Oh, that's cool.
We had to do Gangnam Style. It was fun.
So it was a Halloween dance?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds great. What about you? None yet?
I haven't had a dance.
Do you have to dance when you're at the dance?
If you want, or you can eat.
You can eat. Do they always have lots of good food?
Well,
Better than the lunch menu?
Sometimes. I'm a picky eater. I don't even eat pizza.
You don't like pizza?
Nope. Every Friday we ate pizza.
And you don't like pizza?
So I have to eat peanut butter and fluff.
How come you don't? What about you? Do you like pizza?
I like pizza.
I do too.
And Brandon loves chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets?
And I basically eat chicken all the day, all the time, or macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese is good, especially on a snowy day.
Yeah.
What are your favorite snacks of all time?
Cheese puffs.
Cheese puffs?
Yep.
Probably pretzels.
Pretzels? What other favorite foods do you have? Do you have a favorite lunch school menu? Like, do they cook anything well? Because the girls said they don't really do that well.
I only like a few things on the school lunch menu, which is the long hot dog, the cheeseburger, the cine minis, and the pizza.
Oh, so they do all right with that?
Yep.
Well, every week we have different food. So on the beginning of the school day, we find out what we're eating. Most of the time, all the kids are either talking or we can't hear it at all.
So when you get there,
Yeah, I'm like, I wonder what that is.
oh, you don't even know what it is sometimes? Mm-hmm. That's scary. So do you have anything on the school lunch menu that you really like to eat?
I'd either have to say the hamburgers, the spaghetti, or the chicken.
It's chicken. Do they do all right with chicken nuggets?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. So what's the main problem with the food? Do they overcook it, undercook it, it's tasteless?
Well, last year I was eating and it tasted disgusting and I found a piece of hair in it.
That would really gross me out too.
I really just don't like the food, and once I had a baked potato, and I threw up.
Oh, that's not good.
And another
Did you get to
time,
go home?
No.
Bummer.
there was another time when I was eating, I forget what it was. I was in the middle of eating and I tried to pick up something with my fork, and my fork bent, and I picked it up and it was a wood chip.
In your food?
Yeah,
That's scary.
it's disgusting sometimes.
Okay, so the health department should be checking out the school lunch menus a little bit better, see what they're doing wrong there. Because you guys and the girls complain a lot. So back to this chess thing before we wrap up for today. But you guys are coming back next month with some new news. All right. So,
My birthday's coming up next month.
sorry?
My birthday's going to be next month.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
How old are you going to be?
11.
11. Have you read Harry Potter yet?
Not really. I really don't like the Harry Potter series.
You don't?
No, I've seen a few of the movies, though.
And what'd you think of the movies?
Really don't like them. I just can't get into them. The weird things. I can't.
No? What about you? What about Percy Jackson? Do you guys like Percy?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
No? What other series do you guys hear about? All right, so there's... What's been out that's new? Any new movies?
Iron Man 3,
Iron Man 3?
The Hobbit, and the new...
Oh, The Hobbit in 3D?
No, The Hobbit, and there's also gonna be... Oh, Man of Steel, a new Superman movie.
Oh. Any of those appeal to you guys?
Iron Man 3, Man of Steel.
I don't.
Does he have a
Super-
cartoon? Or no, comic book?
Yeah, they both do.
They both do?
Iron Man and Superman.
I'm not really into the superheroes. I'm more into fantasy, things that are make believe.
Like Star Wars?
Yeah.
So you could safely say that you guys are addicted to Star Wars?
Star Wars geeks.
Star Wars geeks? All right. So back to this game. All right. How would we quickly get somebody into checkmate? Who's closer to getting into checkmate right now?
You are right now, because first you'd move right here, and Brandon cannot move his king right there or there,
Okay.
and Brandon can't move his king there, and then Brandon would have to move some random piece, and let's just say Brandon moved his rook right here. You move your queen here.
Okay.
Brandon would have to move his rook back because his rook's in danger.
I would not go there, since you could take
And
me.
then right there. And then it's checkmate because the king's in check there. Can't move over there. Well, not
And does that mean
actually.
you win? Not actually?
It's not actually checkmate because the pawn,
Could move out.
yep, and then the queen's protection. And chess is very confusing this way.
It is, and you've been playing for a while, but it seems like you have the hang of it.
Yeah.
So what would be a good reason for somebody to take up chess? Is it ever relaxing? Is it a relaxing game? Or is it one where you really have to concentrate and look at the board all the time?
Well, you really have to concentrate, but to some people, they really like chess, and they just keep playing it because they think it's fun.
Wait, Kyle, could I move this guy here and then that way?
No.
Darn.
And what if I move this guy up here? Would that help keep him in check?
Well, if you had your queen right there, Brandon could easily move right there, but then you could move right here and have it be in check, but then the pawn could just take it.
Oh, but the pawn could take me.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that the pawn can't take?
The pawn can take any piece.
The pawn can take any piece.
But the hardest one for the pawn to take is a king. Because if the pawn gets a king in check, the king can just easily take the pawn. Because the pawns have to be within one space to take a piece. And the king can move anywhere in one space, with one space, and it's like you can really easily protect your king when you're dealing with pawns.
Okay, because the pawns can only go diagonally.
That's only to take the piece.
To take the piece. That's why my bishop is safe there.
Yeah.
So the queen. Well, so if the queen went here, then this pawn could take her.
Yep.
So if you're playing in at one of your chess tournaments, that's cool. You couldn't use this board with all the cheat notes.
Well, we play like with normal pieces.
So those aren't normal? Those are
for beginners.
Okay. So you would never see this type of board with these instructions on the back. Brandon, we're really going to have to study chess. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for being with me this morning. Did you have fun getting through the snow yesterday? We had a wicked storm in New Hampshire and New England.
Mm-hmm. I had fun, like, when there's no school on Friday.
Oh, the no school thing did it for you. What about shoveling? Did you guys have to shovel or help?
No.
Not really. I made a snow fort, though. I reached the ground.
Really? That must have been, it was a perfect storm for it. How much inches do you think we got?
I think we got 26 inches, 2 feet, 2 inches.
I think we got around, like, 21 inches.
Wow. Some places got as much as 30 inches.
Yep.
And the wind was crazy yesterday.
I thought Concord got around 3 feet.
Wow. Well, glad you guys didn't have to shovel. It was crazy out there. All right, but we'll be back next time. So continue asking questions, checking out new movies, new games, new Lego projects, right, guys?
Yep.
You never know what Lego will come up with next. So we'll see you soon. Thank you.